Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I wanted to do like a sit down with me Q&A style type of video. As you may know, I just turned 30 on August 31st, and I just had a few questions I would like to answer for me turning 30. And yeah, so if you would like to see this video, please continue to watch and leave me some comments if you have any questions or anything like that down below. I love to read your comments. So let's get into the video. So my first question is, like, how do I feel about turning 30? I am extremely excited about turning 30 years old. I think I probably am one of the most like excited about it, because it's just like I feel like I have a sense of freedom, so to speak. Let me elaborate on that real quick. Me saying that I feel like I have a sense of freedom with me turning 30 is because, as you may know, I have a son. My son is 10 years old, and I just feel like within the last few years I was like excited about turning 30 because I had my son young. I got pregnant at 18. 3 months later I turned 19, and I had my son at 19. So I've been in mommy mode since I was a teenager. So it's kind of like a baby having a baby. Literally, like, I did not know anything about life. I did not know anything about myself, and let alone I had to raise a child. So it's like one of those things, like, we made it to this point, and my son is 10 years old now. He will be 11 in like 5 months, which is crazy. My son will be 11 in February, so I am like going crazy. Like, time is going by extremely quick, and it's a blessing. And I'm just excited because I'm excited to be able to like live life with my child. Like, I'm able to take Jaden everywhere. Like, he's like my best friend. I take him everywhere, and it's just so cool to have like a mini version of you, which is like your best friend. And I love my son to death, and I wouldn't change anything about it. So me personally, I'm just excited about all the new endeavors and ventures that me and him will be able to do. And also, I just feel like in your 20s, like, you have fun and everything like that. And I think for me, because I was a mom and I chose to sit back and raise my child and work these BS jobs and everything, I felt like I did what I had to do as a mom. But now that he's old enough to, come with me wherever I may want to go or whatever, it's just so much fun. And then plus, like, not having to struggle and everything like that, it's a blessing, honestly. And I couldn't ask for a better partner, which is my son, to enjoy these last few years with. And it's just a blessing, and I'm very excited to turn 30 and see what 30 has for me. My next question is, what do I expect out of my 30s? I honestly expect happiness. I am truly grateful for the growth that I have had within the last year itself. Like, just the last year itself, I am extremely proud of myself of the growth that I have, overcame. And then going into my 30s, I feel like God really put me in a position to see within this last year the people who were there for me, the people who wasn't there for me, the people that I thought had my back that really didn't. And like, with me wanting to be so positive and so mindful of the things that I have been through in life, it's just like, I feel like God really exposed all of that within the last year. And I have some type of peace and comfort going into my 30s. And that was truly a blessing for me, because it was definitely a lesson. And I just really want, to enjoy life in my 30s. That's what I expect out of it. I expect, me being happy, my son being happy. I want to eventually have another child in my 30s, because baby, time is ticking. I'm not trying to be 40 with a newborn and my son is 20. Like, no. So eventually, if God willing, I would be able to have another child. I really wouldn't care if it's a boy or a girl. It's just that I know for a fact that I do want to have another child and be a mom. And you know, it's just really cool. Like, I want to be happy. I want to have that sense of, you know, family orientated lifestyle, and that eventually, you know, it may happen. And so I'm not rushing into anything, but eventually, hopefully, like in my 30s, I will be able to have my second child. Also, I would want to go and start my own business as well, and you know, practice real estate. Like, y'all know I'm finishing up that right now. So yes, in my 30s, I want to be living in a lot better of a situation, which my situation currently is not bad at all. And that's by the grace of God. Like, I've been through enough, and I just feel like, you know, with my 30s, I feel like I want to make sure that, you know, I would not have to backtrack in life. And so yes, so those are some of the things that I do expect out of my 30s, that I am actually praying for and trying to be as positive as possible. So yes, life lessons and regrets. So I feel like I went through everything in my 20s that I could possibly go through, like baby daddy drama, like freaking negative people, fake friends. I feel like being broke. Like, it's just, I went through everything I feel like I could possibly imagine that a young woman would be going through in the middle of finding yourself, and in the middle of trying to develop as a woman. I feel like I went through all of it. I don't really have any regrets of my past situations or relationships or anything like that, but I will say that every situation and relationship that I've dealt with in my 20s, I feel like it really showed me what I will accept and what I will not accept going forward in life. And not just in my 30s. I just feel like every decade, every chapter of your life should make you better as a person. So I just know, like, developing, being a young single mom, and you know, trying to maintain and, you know, date, still trying to have like a social life and dating and all this other stuff. I don't regret these people or anything that I have came across in life. Like I said, I just feel like I just know what I will and will not take as a woman. And that's just that. Like, I don't really have any hatred in my heart at all. I just know that I personally could not be dealt the same deck of cards knowing what I know now, basically. Being young and trying to make things work sometimes will, you know, change you. I feel like me being a single mom for so long or whatever, and going through the back and forth of, you know, not getting along with my son's dad, or, you know, having those type of emotions being played down. Like, that's just one thing that I feel really changed me as a person in my 20s. Like, I really just learned a lot from that situation. Like, for the longest, I knew I wanted another child, but I kind of feared having another child because I did not want to go through the same situations that I went through with my son's dad or anything like that. I felt like, you know, at one point I really felt like my son was going to be my only child because I really didn't see any hope in having another child. But, you know, as I've grown and developed and, you know, realized some rights, some wrongs or whatever from situations, it's just like I can't base my future situation on my past situation. And like I said, I was young when I had my son. I was young when trying to develop and have relationships and everything like that. So a lot of things I just feel like I just let go. Like, I don't try to have any hatred or bad energy towards anybody. I just try to be by myself and try to remain peaceful and have like that common ground. And that's as well as friends. Like, I learned within this last year that everybody does not have your best interest, regardless of how long you may have known these people. They might not have your best interest, and that's fine. And sometimes God puts you in a situation that you will literally have to make a choice. It's either you want better for yourself, or you're still fighting to have people want what you want for them. So eventually you just have to, you know, pick yourself up and move on and move forward with your life. And that's basically what I had to do. And as much as it may hurt, because you always want to see the people that you care about do their best, or, you know, better for their situation, sometimes you just gotta let it go, and that's fine too. But at the end of the day, never forget who you are as a person, and watch how God bless you in like so many ways. And I tell you, no lie, like, I feel like God has blessed me tremendously, especially over this past course of this year. And I'm very grateful to actually be still here today and, you know, be able to be at peace with everything. And my son's happy, I'm happy, healthy, and alive. So, I mean, so yeah, so they're life lessons, and it's just certain things, like I said, that I just probably would not tolerate going forward in life. And that's just what that is. Okay, so the next question is, do you feel like in your 30s you may get married? I don't know. I really don't know if I want to get married. I think maybe whenever I meet the person and we are on the same page and kind of connect, like, maybe possibly. Like, I'm not opposed to getting married. I have no issue with it, but I don't want to have a marriage where I'm married just by the title. I want to have a real marriage. Like, I'm not gonna say that I'm probably be that person to be like, I'm only having one marriage in life and all this other stuff. I'm not gonna say that, because if I'm happy with that person and we're happy together, and, you know, possibly, but I don't know. I really haven't really put too much energy in trying to, you know, get that far, I guess. I never really took it serious, except for like, okay, so early on in life, back when I was a baby, I was going to get married. So that is true. I was going to get married at one point to my son's dad, actually. And it's just so crazy how life changes things. And like I said, like, I'm not opposed to getting married, but prior to my son's dad, I didn't want to get married. I didn't want to have kids. So, I mean, that changed a lot of my point of view then, being like, what, 17, 18? Because I had my first child. And I'm like, okay, he's going to be my one and done. Now here I am going like 30 and want another child. So, I don't know, like, maybe, like, if God has that in my plans to be in love and get married, then okay. But y'all know. I don't know. Hopefully I can just have a very happy and peaceful life. Like, I feel like if I could be in a relationship with someone and the longevity of this relationship, and I'm content with not getting married, I'm okay with that. I could be, just have a, you know, a union, I guess. But I mean, and then, like, I wouldn't mind getting married if I truly loved that person and was truly committed to that person. Because if I was to get married, I would not be doing anything that non-married people, like married people, should not be doing. I would not be doing any of that. So I would take that with the utmost respect, and, you know, do my best as a woman and as a wife to make sure that I take my marriage seriously. Because I feel like a lot of people probably don't take their marriage serious. Sometimes they get married just for the title. Sometimes I feel like people, you know, drag out their marriage even though they're genuinely not happy, and I just don't want to be one of those people. So yeah, but maybe, like, I don't know about marriage, but if it happens, it happens. I just want to be the best person and wife that I could possibly be. If that's the case, like, you know, it's cool. I wouldn't mind waking up to the same person every day. I just personally would not mind it, but I want that person to be okay and be in love with the current situation. With every day is not a good day, but that's what relationships too. Every day you're not going to have like a good day, and that's fine. You just got to have a balance and a mutual respect for one another, and if that's the case, then so be it. I'm all for it, you know. Entrepreneurship. I want to write a book. I've started writing a little bit. I've been writing for a long time. Like, when I was in college classes, like, I used to write stories all the time, and my professors used to think that they were just like so good, like really good stories. And now, like, I have a lot more free time on my hand. I've been really like writing a lot more, and I feel like I would want to actually become an author and have publishings and stuff like that. So I would want to write a book. I know I would like to be more involved in the beauty industry. I would want my own real estate stuff. Like, I would want a lot, and hopefully, like, I can achieve most of those goals, because those are like things that I feel I hold very personal to myself because of the things that I have been through already in life. So yeah, I think that me wanting to adventure out and, you know, do the most that I possibly could do is just for my ultimate goals to be achieved. And I really want my son to be proud of me. Like, I feel like me being a single mom and going through life on a day-to-day with my son, I feel like by the time he gets out of high school, I'll be 37. I'll be 37 years old, and I just feel like that is crazy. I just want him to be very proud of me, knowing that, you know, I was able to accomplish most of my dreams and everything, and that it's okay, you know, that he can do the same thing. And so, and I just want my son to be very proud of me, and for us to, you know, achieve these goals together as a unit. And yeah, you know, and then of course if I have another baby or whatever, then yeah, you know. But yeah, so finances and stuff, like like, of course the goal is to save money regardless, but also, like, now that I'm getting older, like, you should want, like, I think I want to like get more into like investing and stuff, so I need to look into that. So savings goals, investing, really budgeting my spending and everything, because now it's like make or break time. My son literally has, what, 7 years left in school, so it's kind of like I really need to be on the ball. And also because eventually I want to buy my house or build a house, so of course that's a goal as well of mine, that I always wanted to buy or build. And I feel like in my 30s, that's going to be where that's going to happen at. I've always set a goal, and I knew what I wanted before I turned 30. I knew where I wanted to be financially before I turned 30, and I'm okay with saying, like, I got there. So now I have a goal of where I want to be by the time I buy my house and everything. And I'm very, like, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy to, you know, be in a position where I can honestly say that I feel blessed, and be very open with the fact of where I'm at now. Because in my early 20s, like, I was broke. When I say broke, I mean broke. Like, it's hard trying to provide for yourself when you really don't have the help. Like, I'm not here to talk about anybody in their situation, but at the same time, it's one of those things, like, if you went through it, you went through it. And it's something that I went through as well. Not really having to provide, but I will say, by the grace of God, I've never been homeless. I've never been without lights or, you know, food or anything like that. I never went, you know, had to go through that much of a struggle, but I went where I really didn't have no money to put in my gas, or I had to overdraft my account to, you know, fill my car up and just go to work, daycare, and home, you know. So it's like I've been through enough to know where I don't want to be. I felt like being at the bottom. I felt like I had no other choice. Depression, you be depressed when you don't have the money. You depressed when you can't provide and do what you need to do or anything like that. And it's just a feeling that I just never want to actually go through again. So I think that's why I take very heed and precaution to where I'm at now. Like, I know where I've been and I know where I'm not trying to go. And so I know that me as a woman, I just don't want to have to go through those struggling stages again, and having people around me that is not for me. So yeah, so that's just basically the way I can say it. And financially, like I said, I just want to be better at it. I do buy stuff, I do have spending habits, I do, but at the same time, it's a balance. So I feel like that's where I'm at now. And yeah, so you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was just more of a Q&A type of thing, but I hope you really enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave me some comments down below. I have no problem responding to comments. If you want any future videos, please leave me some comments about that as well, or follow me on my social media. And yeah, you guys, I will see you guys in the next video, and I love you guys. Bye bye.